Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we dive into the journeys of innovative entrepreneurs and explore the road ahead for them and their companies. I'm your host, Amar Elm, and in each episode, we uncover the stories behind impactful ventures, the challenges faced along the way, and the strategies driving their future growth. Today, we are absolutely thrilled to be joined by Jason Hunt, the co-founder and CMO of Merged Media, a full-service digital marketing agency helping brands grow through powerful storytelling, strategic ad campaigns, and integrated web solutions. Jason, welcome to Founders Future.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, I'm excited to dive in. I always like to start from the beginning. So take me back to before you started Merged Media. What were you doing before? And then what really motivated you to start the company?
Yeah, I guess I could take it way back. I used to live in Japan. And so when I was living in Japan, I was teaching English, and then I decided to start a band. And through that experience of having a band through Japan, got to travel to a few cities and things like that. It was super fun, recorded a few albums, but I realized through that experience that I was a terrible singer. But what I did realize is I was a great marketer. I was really good at getting a new set of ears to listen to my music and a new fan to show up to our gig. Through that experience, I had an epiphany and it was like, hey, look, marketing is my thing. So fast forward to 2012, I got involved with a digital agency in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And then I went off and started my own social media agency back in 2015. Yeah, and so we were in back in 2015, much different game than today. Was I would walk into a business in 2015 and they would be like, "Wow, social media marketing, that's cutting edge. We'll try that." Much different in 2025 where you're like the 80th person that's called on a given day to sell them social media or advertising of any sort. From there, doing the social media agency for a few years, I realized there was a void that needed to be filled. And we were just a one-trick pony of social media. We were good at it, but we needed to be more versatile. So I merged my social media agency with a leading SEO company in Toronto and to form our company now, which is Merged Media.
Okay, very cool. So when you say you merged it with an SEO company, is that your co-founder? He had that company and then you had this side? Or how
That's
did
correct. Yeah, we basically had mirrored agencies just specializing in different services.
I
Basically same employee base, same revenue, same payroll, all that stuff. And it made perfect sense to just put both of our teams under one roof. And instead of
Mm,
cross-selling clients and doing referrals, we just put it all under the one brand.
okay, very cool. I'm super curious. Let's dive into the marketing agency today, what it looks like. Who would you say is your ideal customer, if any, that you guys focus on? And then from there, we can dive into the different offers and services you provide.
Sure. The ideal customer for us is it's funny because we actually created a second agency that was more like a sister agency that we're part owners of. And the reason why we did that is we really need to differentiate our leads. So our sweet spot client would be any sort of business generating at least 500,000 a year in annual revenue. Anybody less than that goes into a bucket that's fulfilled by our sister agency called Blaze Boost, where it's more affordable solutions, less hands-on clients, but more budgets that can be managed at a lower level.
Okay, so for you, it's not niching down based off of vertical or industry, it's mainly revenue.
Correct. Yeah, correct. So I think a lot of this derives from the time when we entered into the market back in 2015. There really wasn't a whole ton of niche agencies out there because it was a new thing. So naturally, we just we'd get a lot of different types of businesses. I'd be surprised if there's a business out there industry we have not dabbled in the last almost 10 years.
Yeah. What's your opinion on that? Because when there's new business owners coming up today, they're always being told niche down. People tell you to actually stay away from the full service marketing agency if they want to get into that space. I'm curious your thought process around that.
Yeah, my thought process on that, and we do have a couple businesses like we have merged dental marketing. And the reason why we
I
created
see
that
it.
arm of our business was because we have a handful of case studies in that industry and we're really good at it. So
Cool.
we created that brand, which is still underneath the Merge Media brand, but it's another agency. This is the thing, is that as agencies or agency owners, niching down takes away so many headaches. You sleep way better at night. It makes your job so much easier as the owner of a niche agency. However, typically a niche agency creates very cookie cutter crap. You know what I mean? Because it makes their job easy as an agency owner to create that standard cookie cutter stuff. But in actuality, that creates no differentiation for the client itself. And if you're marketing three different landscape companies in a local business area, how do you stand out? Right?
Mm,
If you have a cookie cutter agency creating cookie cutter content because it's easy for them to do. So that's my take on it is that we want to, if you are a niche agency out there, you do need to create a unique, bespoke option for those clients out there. You should be doing it because essentially that's what we have in the year that we're in now that differentiates ourselves from everybody else is our brand.
1000%. So if you're gonna go that route, just make sure that you're truly trying to provide as much value as you can to your clients instead of just being like, okay, I have all these templates and now I just brought on this new client. Perfect. Let me just change up the logo and the name and then launch the campaign.
Hey, it's so easy. It's so easy to do the cookie cutter route. And
Yeah.
trust me, like I know, like I would love if my business only did that. Like as a business owner, it'd be so easy. But if you want to do things the hard way, sometimes equals better value and a better output for the client, right? When you
Mhm.
can do things bespoke and you can come from, if you're working with a specific business, establishing a unique brand voice for them. Because the more unique you can make that brand voice, the more you can get that brand voice to resonate with your ICP, ideal customer
Mhm.
profile.
Yeah, love that. When it comes to client acquisition, so when you're looking to bring on more clients into merged media, how do you generate your leads? What are those different campaigns look like? Walk me through that.
One of the reasons why I merged my agency with an SEO company is because we can get a lot of organic traffic from our own work that we do for our own SEO. So fortunately for us, we rank at the top for digital marketing agencies in Toronto, which is huge. We actually,
Wow.
yeah, we actually moved our physical location. So if you're
Yeah.
familiar with the Ontario area, I'm
I
located
live
in,
in London, so
oh,
yeah.
I'm in Guelph. I'm in Guelph, and we had an office in Guelph, which when local businesses are looking for digital agencies, sure, we would be found in Guelph, but why would we want to rank in Guelph when we can rank in downtown Toronto? So one of our employees is downtown Toronto. We got a physical address in downtown Toronto,
Yeah.
paying $800 a month rent in downtown Toronto only to get that listing for our GMB.
Nice.
Okay. And now, so our office physically looks like we're in downtown Toronto. Mind you, our Dave, who lives down there, goes in there periodically. We'll have a business meeting there periodically, but strictly it's for that GMB listing. So now being in Toronto, we get a heck of a lot more inbound organic leads just by being physically present there.
That's awesome. That's powerful. So you have that side. Is there anything else that you layer on top of that?
Big time. So we do anything that we're pushing to our clients, we do for ourselves. So like meta advertising is huge for us, meta retargeting, generating lead magnets. AI is a big part of our business as well, and AI implementation. We've developed our own AI tools, so we have our own AI businesses as well that we're using for meta ads, but also our funnels. So fortunately, as a brand ambassador slash CMO, I speak a lot overseas. I speak a lot locally at local conferences. So that all those people that attend my talks, I'll go into a funnel as well. There's a lot of different types of avenues that we're doing, but it's all inbound.
Powerful. Now, I want you to talk to me a little bit more about the AI tools. What do you mean by that? You created your own AI tools, you use them for the ads. I'm confused there.
Yeah, so yeah, digress there a bit. Yeah, so we have our own AI tools such as Chatello.ai. Chatello.ai is a web chat bot that lives on our client websites and helps convert website browsers into buyers, answering FAQs, all that sort of stuff. Our goal with this is to create the most human chatbot possible. So it integrates with OpenAI. It doesn't just, it's not sequential. You ask a question, it answers a question. It really is conversational. So if you go to my Chatello bot that's on my website, jhunt.social, you'll see that it knows everything there is to know about me. It speaks like me. It has my tonation. It's baked in with all the information it needs to know about me and about the strategies I deploy for my clients. So if you want to get some ideas for a campaign that you're running, you can just go over to my bot and have a conversation with it. And it'll give you some great information.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's so interesting. How do you spell Chitello?
Chattello.ai. Chattello.ai.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was spelling it with a E after the CH.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, so for that, I mean, there's a couple reasons why we created that. One was having this on our clients' websites as a digital marketing company, it retains people on websites for longer. That's a key point, right? Because that's a great signal to Google that you have a good website is if people are spending more time on site. So it has people engaging in conversations. Plus, when we drive traffic from social media, people's attention spans are so short. So they want an answer right now. They're not looking to navigate through service pages and read blogs. They just want an answer. So if somebody goes to a client's website and says, "Hey, I have a question about the types of models of sunrooms that you offer. We
Mm.
work with a sunroom dealer." For that case there, they can get an answer in 2 seconds as opposed to having to navigate around their website.
So you guys actually build Chatello.
All from us from scratch. Yeah, our own dev
Wow.
team. We actually tested out a few white labels that we thought were not very good. So
Mm.
from there, we're just like, you know what, let's just create our own. So we invested, we created our own. We have the power to control pricing and obviously make any updates or iterations we see fit.
Nice.
So one of the questions we get asked often is about voice AI. Now, look, a lot of people ask us that, and it's going to McDonald's and asking for a steak, right? It's like that's not what this is. This is a web chat specifically to help people find things on a website.
Yeah.
Lots of other businesses out there offer that, but this is the core function of Chatello.
Very interesting. Now, did you use vibe coding or was it like actual developers coding the whole thing? Like, how did it happen with when it
That's a
comes?
good question, and that is probably a better question for the CTO. In terms of the back end, it is all built from scratch. We basically had a wish list of things that we wanted done with it and what it could do. And from that end of it, I'm more focused on the front end of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely all custom coded our
Yeah.
own.
That's cool. No, I just asked because the vibe coding thing is so cool now because it compresses the time it takes to deliver MVPs now.
Yeah, we kind of gave it like we use platforms like Vercel, things like that to create our own sort of apps to play around with. We're developing a few new AI apps as well in specific spaces that are that we're about to launch as well. That's the beautiful thing about a marketing agency is if you have a good idea and you have some revenue to throw at it, then it helps because you don't have to pay for a marketing team because you are the
Yeah,
marketing team, you know.
exactly. I love that. It's so true. Now, I want to move on and ask you about your goals, your vision, where you want to take the company. But before I do that, I am curious because I know this will be valuable for the audience. When it comes to the meta ads, briefly walk me through the funnel. What is the call to action? What do you want them to do? All that stuff in terms of the ads specifically.
Yeah, I mean that really varies per client, right?
Never you specifically to attract clients.
Oh, for us as an agency, yeah. So for us, so in terms of the funnel, we do a lot. I have a lot of videos of my podcast as well. Drop the mic. So this is super valuable information, especially for top of funnel. Any sort of video content on stage, any content around the office where we're giving tips and things like that. All great top of funnel content because it builds familiarity with the audience,
Boom.
right? So when I'm optimizing for video views at the top of the funnel, not spending a huge budget on it, nor do you have to, but I'm telling the algorithm to get this video in front of as many people as possible that watch video. And now from there, I can create a custom audience of people watching 75% of one of those videos. Now I know if you watch 75% of one of my videos, you know my face and you're familiar with me and my area of expertise. Now I can get a little more aggressive with my next ask, right? Maybe I want them to download a lead magnet, right? Maybe I want them to go read a blog that I wrote. That would be the next step in that journey is to get them from that video, storyboarding it out to that next ad in the sequence. Now from there, at the bottom of funnel, this is where you can start doing your on Facebook lead generation, right? Because a lot of people get it backwards. They do a lot of cold Facebook lead generation, like where the Facebook contact form is on Facebook, and they get crap leads. No surprise, right? Like they're clicking on your content and converting on that content. And also, you're asking Facebook for that. You're basically asking Facebook for crap leads every time you create a cold Facebook lead gen ad because Facebook is optimizing for people that have a tendency to just submit their information on a contact form on Facebook. How quality do you think that lead's going to be?
Yeah,
So, however, if you get that to the bottom of the funnel, where you start optimizing for leads after they've watched the video, visited your website, now that is going to be a much more quality lead off of Facebook.
yeah. Awesome. I really like that.
Some people go,
Get
look, some
them
people go for
to,
the kill. Some people go for the kill right off the bat, and it can work. And especially if you're a
yeah.
business that's just, hey, look, I'm getting 100 leads off of Facebook. I know they're crap, but all I need to do is convert one, and you can convert one off 100
Yeah,
Facebook
yeah.
leads, and it works.
Do you get people to book a call? Because for us, we spend $500,000 on Facebook ads per month. And our funnel is either a low ticket funnel where it's a low ticket magnet and like 27 bucks, and then it's driven heavily by setters to get them on a call. Or it's just a straight up application funnel, short form video, 60 to 90 seconds, very direct offer with a guarantee attached to it, XYZ, or you don't pay. and then just get them to book a call. Do you guys do anything like that or?
Yeah, so for us, because we're heavy on the Google Ads side too, we're spending for ourselves, we're spending upwards of 5K a month for our own Google Ads. And so from there, we're getting a lot of high intent people that are looking for the services that we have to offer already. So if they hit our site and they're not filling in a contact form or calling us up, which we have all automated sequences through N8N, where people are, for example, somebody calls us, they're getting an automated voicemail from Dave, who's our sales guy. And then from there, they're getting a text message and then the automated email follow up, which is all connected to the domain that they put in on that contact form. All right. N8N's making the connection. It knows, oh, this is a landscape company. Here are some of your pain points. And then it goes ahead and the AI does an SEO audit of their website to be able to provide that context in that follow up email. So that's all happening. Now,
Crazy.
the question that you bring up is, well,
Yeah.
getting people to hit up Calendly links and things like that. That doesn't happen so frequently. It rarely happens actually through the testing that we've done, where somebody's
Interesting.
going to go from Facebook, interrupt their Facebook experience to go book a call and book time into their calendar to have a call. It just doesn't really happen. And look, I'm sure there's strategies out there that do work to get those calls booked more frequently and quality calls booked, but we have not discovered that solution.
That's super interesting.
I'm
Super.
open to hear your
Yeah.
solution for that if you have a solution
Yeah.
for that.
Yeah. We've actually done it with like over 4,000 different coaches, consultants, agency owners at this point. I think the biggest thing for us is just, and this is why it's more difficult for full service marketing agencies to do that. Because typically when we work with a marketing agency, we tell them, okay, let's get the 3S formula. So a specific problem for a specific person in a specific way. Or you're solving a specific problem for a specific person in a specific way.
Mm.
And it doesn't need to be like super different. It can just be perceived as unique, superior, faster, etc. than the next person. Which is why, for example, one of our best clients was a solar lead gen agency because you can create a very clear offer, direct offer for them of we will help your solar business generate this many new leads or this many new appointments in the next 30 days or in the next 90 days, or you don't pay, for example. That's very sexy. And so, okay, let me get on a call with these guys, see what's going on. That's our thought process behind that.
How does that work for you in terms of the guarantee? So basically that the way that would work for the solar agency is you're guaranteeing a fixed amount of closed leads where they don't pay?
That's just an example.
Oh, right.
Typically, it's a number of an amount of appointments or amount of leads that you're going to get. So something
Got
that
it.
you can actually control, but it's conditional guarantee. So it's like you have to follow our process. You have to be spending at least this much a day on ad spend. You have to be doing this. It's not like you come in here, you pay us, and then do nothing, and then we give you your money back. No, there's it's a conditional guarantee where there's things attached to it. But then you also see people saying if it doesn't work for you, we'll work with you until
Yeah.
it does, blah blah blah. But with that being said, I do want to be respectful of your time. I know we're running a little bit behind right now. What is the vision for you? So when you think about the future and where you want to take the business, what are some milestones that you're really aiming towards?
Yeah, that's a really good question and probably a question that's not thought about enough, right? Especially when you're in the weeds of the business, constantly focused on growth. And then the balancing act of ensuring that if you're going to get 8 clients and you lose 3 in a given month, balancing all that, you're so fixated on that the growth really, the fixation is, or the milestone that we want to get to collectively as an agency is really what we're exploring now, which is really creating our own products, creating our own
Mm,
service, owning our own offers, and then using our marketing agency to leveraging our marketing agency to be our own client. That
yeah,
is really what the big goal is here. Focusing on projects that we care about and that matter.
I like that. Is there an eventual exit in the future that you potentially want to explore?
To be honest, we're not even focused on an exit. My business partner and myself have a great relationship. It's pretty much a family business. Our spouses both work in the company as well. Business partner's sister works in the company. Like it really is a family business. We're not
Yeah,
really focused right now on necessarily selling, more so just leveraging and maybe selling some of the businesses that we help build.
cool. I like that. What is the best way for people to reach out to you guys to work with you?
Yeah, definitely. They can go over to merged.ca. That's MERGED.ca. Also, if they want to check out my podcast, they can check it out. Drop the Mic with Jason Hunt. You can find it on all the go-to podcast platforms out there.
Awesome. That's a great domain. Was that expensive?
You know what? It's funny. So when to go back to how we merged our companies, we actually didn't know what to call our company.
Mm,
So we're like, what do we do? And my business partner had a list of thousands of domains that he always buys off expired domains. So we went down this list and spent probably a good solid half an hour just going through this list, being like, what's going to work here? And we went down the list. We're like, merged.ca. We
yeah,
already owned it. And it's, oh, that makes a lot of sense. Let's
that's
do it.
cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So he buys them off of expireddomains.net.
I don't know what site he uses. We're always keeping an eye on those expired domains, and we have had a couple of times where people reach back out because they want their domain back. We'll happily give it back. We're not going to hold it
Yeah, yeah,
hostage, but there's always some gems that come up there where people just forget to pay their bill.
yeah. That's hilarious. That's actually very kind of you that you give it back.
You have to,
You're
man.
like,
These are like people's businesses, their livelinihoods.
I
One, I
know.
think, was a restaurant or something like that. Like, poor guy. Like, imagine I didn't give his domain back to him. Damn.
Yeah, 100%. Now you can hold it ransom. It's like you just have to pay me 50% of your company.
Yeah, just give me 50% or sign up for our monthly retainer here, and we're good.
Exactly. Check out Chatello. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. Jason, thank you so much for your time.
Yeah, no, appreciate you. Thanks, Emma.
Yeah, anytime. So
Cheers.
that wraps up another inspiring episode of Founders Future. To our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to go to merged.ca to get more in contact with Jason and the team over there at Merged Media. You can also check out his podcast, Drop the Mic with Jason Hunt. Drop the Mic with Jason Hunt. Check that out. I'm assuming it's all on all podcasts.
Everywhere. Check out YouTube. It's everywhere. Yeah.
Awesome. And then also Chatello.ai, CHATELLO.ai. It's an AI powered chatbot. Very interesting.
Also, just to add to that, there's a reseller platform we just launched last week. So if you're looking to white label or you're an agency out there that wants to white label it, very affordable. Probably not going to find prices where it's like super affordable to be able to just white label it and add it to your entire customer base. Super beneficial for any web agency out there or digital marketing agency.
Boom. That's huge. So check that out. And while you're here, subscribe to the podcast. If you are a business owner, specifically a coach, consultant, or agency owner, and you're really looking to scale your business and you want to enhance your sales and marketing efforts, visit closers.io to hop on a call with our team and discover how we were able to go from zero to $30 million in less than 3 years. Until then, keep on climbing.